Wait, is it recording?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
See that? And the white head right there.
I will when we get to the place because we're like literally gonna be late. Like we got 9 minutes to get to Savannah. No, I'm not. I gotta get on the expressway.
Yeah.
No, this is faster by about 4 minutes because you can do a cut through. Okay, so anyways, Hannah.
Makeup on afterwards.
Okay, so say hi to everybody.
Hi.
This is my daughter that I always talk about. She's very wise, very smart. She's an old soul, and she doesn't get into like I was talking. We were talking about bullying, you know, and just how this is like a serious thing in the schools, you know. Like a lot of it goes on, and even when I was a kid, the bullying was terrible, but it was at school. Now it's gotten really bad because the bullying goes further than the school. It's also on social networking, you know?
Cyberbullying.
Is that what you call it, cyberbullying?
That's what the definition of bullying on the internet is.
Okay, so I got this video from this guy, and, you know, it made sense. He's saying, you know, we gotta look out for our daughters because, like, boys, they bully by, you know, pushing each other, you know, like fight, things like that. So the last thing we want to do is give guys guns because they might shoot each other. That's what he was saying. So the last thing he said we want to do is give our daughters access to social networking, and I didn't agree with that.
Stereotyping them.
Yeah.
Saying that boys will not do that, but girls will.
Well,
girls won't.
okay, go ahead.
I don't know.
So you think it's stereotyping?
That's an old ideology.
Okay, I agree with you. So I also thought it was an old ideology to take. I don't believe in taking things from your kids because when you take away their social networking, they're gonna go and do it anyways, right? Like, or find a way to do it.
Yeah, and if you try to take it away from us, like, you're taking away money.
Well, okay, yeah, because many kids make money that way. So I had an idea, and that idea was to teach the kids, don't take it away, empower them with it, like, to stop bullying.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, I would ask someone who I know, and that's you have literally stepped away from all the, like, labeling, the way, you know, the pressures, and you still have pressures, but you're going to college, you're going to school, and I really want to tell parents that I think that what Hannah's doing is very amazing because she actually chose a way that was better for her, and Hannah, what was one of the things that brought you to just deciding you want to, you know, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like, you got to go and do sports or be part of the dances and all those things, but with all the stuff that's going on, it's kind of crazy, it's scary, you know? What kind of brought you to making the changes that you've made in your life?
Cringy people. High school dances are cringy.
Okay. What does that mean?
Like, embarrassing.
Okay.
Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, they're like, I don't know. To think that actually matters is, like, funny.
Okay, so, like,
cringy.
So when
cringe-worthy.
Okay, so when I was in high school, it mattered to me in a way because I liked the school spirit. I was involved. It wasn't for the
cringy.
Well, okay. Well, it wasn't for the ego. It was for more of just, it made me happy. I think if it makes you happy, it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
But it doesn't make you happy.
No.
So talk about bullying.
It's bad and stuff.
About social anxiety.
I feel like everybody has that. Like, teenager has, like, social anxiety, or, like, anxiety, like, depression and stuff, but bullying definitely makes it worse. And that's how some people, like, take it out on, like, others than just just results in more anxiety.
So how do you think that could be changed?
People stop being homophobic and transphobic and judgmental and annoying.
So what's homophobic? Like being at home or like?
Homophobic. Like against gay people.
Why would you be like that?
I said people need to stop.
I guess I just look at it as we're
You
just
know
all
what
one.
homophobic is?
No, because I don't like I don't label. Yeah, I don't label.
Against trans.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that you don't like that's like important. Like labels are stupid, but like in this day and age you kind of need them because
But if
those people get so much literal like representation now.
But they're amazing because they choose to
I know,
be
but
who they
not
are.
everybody thinks that.
So as a parent, is it okay for me to think the way I think? I don't have to go and label if I don't want to.
Yeah, I think you should get a little bit more educated about.
Okay. And how can I get more educated?
Just look at like topics with like women and gender studies or like sociology and get more in tune with like, what's really going on.
Okay. All right. So I know in our family we're very supportive, of each other, and I think it starts at home. So you can send me some things, and I will look at them, or if you give me what to look for, because I know that there's certain sites that are probably more important that that would be like more specific, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any sites in mind for people if they're wanting to get more educated?
I don't really know any websites, but I'm taking like a class that it's about it, so
just to
I'll let you know.
Okay, so let us know about that. But I just want kids and I want parents to know that your children matter. They have a voice, and you might think that maybe they should go to school all day long and do things a certain way, but things are not the way they used to be. And I can say that the actual virtual school that Hannah's going to, I feel like she gets
harder.
It's harder, and but you also get more attention, more like with the teacher.
Which I don't know.
You don't always like that.
I'm not gonna do it next year.
Okay. So what are you gonna do next year?
Just go to class. Just do what I did with like taking college and going to class.
So you can do that. But what I was just saying is there are options, right?
Yeah.
There are options, and so if your child is like saying to you, "Hey, I want to look at these options," and the parent like feels like that's different, it's not like the standard, what would you tell parents in a nice way?
What?
If some parent was not open to letting their kids try a different way, because I think that they're now.
Why do I don't know why parents have to control their kids. Like that's really the reason that kids when they go off to school and stuff get so much like anxiety and stuff because their parents are always like hovering over them. Just be open-minded and understanding. Give your kids like more freedom.
That's why I'm doing this video, just because I'm wanting to
get off.
I want the parents to understand that, and I want to understand, things like, especially anxiety, because this man, it did make sense that not only do you have the pressures of that at school, but you have the pressures now on social media, and who looks better, how many people look at things. It's just crazy, and bullying, and so.
Okay, wait, where is this place?
I know where it is. So what would you say to a kid if they were like you said, don't be involved in it, or like how can they find their voice and not allow bullying to happen to them?
You can't just not allow it to happen because it's gonna happen.
Okay, so what can they do to empower themselves?
Just those people don't matter.
Those people?
To society, yeah.
What do you
like
think?
people who bully, like, and are like judgmental to others, like their place in like society literally means nothing. Like they literally mean nothing.
So why do you think they do
So
it?
who cares? Because they're like maybe either for reasons for getting like their peers to like think they're cool or something.
Do you think maybe they have problems at home?
Yeah, that could be it too, but just don't, like, if you have problems at home, don't bully people. It's not that
Right.
hard.
I think if you've got problems at home, you should talk to your parent about it and just say,
No, that's not a good idea.
okay, then
Because
who do they talk to? A counselor?
Usually, yeah,
Okay.
are like about the parents, so.
Well, I know as a kid, I didn't realize this, but a lot of, as I grew up, a lot of kids that I knew that were bullies, and they were bullies, and I was always the one that would stand up for, you know, I mean, I just couldn't believe that. I'm like, luckily they listened to me, but I didn't realize that these kids were getting beaten up at home, and what they were doing was they were seeking attention
Yeah.
and seeking acceptance, you know, and that's why they did it. That's what they've told me. So, if you're talking to...
Like, just don't do that. Learn better coping skills.
My dad always said, when you're pointing the finger at somebody, there's always three pointing back at you. I think that that's maybe a good piece of advice, that if you don't like to be treated that way, why would you treat someone else that way?
Yeah.
And it's usually the person that you're bullying that it probably has the most compassion.
Do you know if that frozen yogurt place has vegan?
Oh, do they?
I don't know. I want to know. But because I used to go there like every day. It was so good.
Okay. That's fine. So I just like, this is like a major thing that's happening, and I don't really feel like the answer is taking that away from your kids. I feel like the more we take away from them, the less coping skills they have with life, if that makes sense.
I think we have to go.
Yeah, coming up. If that makes sense. Like, there's the coping skills. I always get, I don't want to say this, but I get a lot of flack from a lot of parents. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I can go around. Okay, yeah. I get a lot of flack from a lot of parents who say, well, you should be more strict. You should do this, you should do that. But you know what? I think that there's a certain degree of, if you
Oh, it was over there.
you gotta, it's like this way. If you take things away, then when they go out into the world, then how do they know what's really out there? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's just, there's a balance, and I'm trying to...
You don't want to be a helicopter parent.
A helicopter parent? What's that?
When you're like, it's like parents who like cover over their kids all the time like that. And are like always like contacting their teachers for them, like doing all stuff. Like, no, like you need to learn how to do that for yourself.
And
being independent.
I think that that's important. I think that that's also something that certain kids do. There are certain kids that will be good at that, and certain kids that just don't have that in them to do it. They just don't want to do it, if that makes sense. So,
I don't know.
that's true. I know. After having 5 kids, I know that. So, well, Hannah, thank you. I just wanted to kind of get some information, because it's definitely, I'm not your age. I don't live in the pressures that you live in. I try to understand them, and I just was hoping to share some of that wisdom from you with other parents. Thank you. Thank you, dear.
Alright, can you do this?